everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Paula. On this channel I create content about lifestyle, productivity, advice, and much more. If that sounds interesting to you, definitely hit the subscribe button down below and click the bell icon next to it. And if you do subscribe, please comment down below I subscribe, then we can chat in the comment section down below. For this video, I'm going to be giving you guys 22 life-changing habits to help you become that girl in 2022. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Number 1. The first life-changing habit that you need to incorporate into your daily habits to help you become that girl in 2022 is by making your bed. This sounds super basic, it sounds super insignificant, but I promise you that this will change your life. There are thousands, millions of psychological and scientific research behind making your bed and how it is linked to being productive. When you make your bed, that allows you to have your very first accomplishment of the day. And because your brain thinks that it already accomplished something, you're already in that momentum that you are productive, which means you're more likely to do other productive things because you have done one productive thing. I recommend you start making your bed in the morning. It probably won't take you more than 2 minutes to do this. Just after you wake up in the morning, just make your bed, and I promise you, you're gonna feel 10 times more productive. It actually aids creativity because it stimulates the chemicals in your brain, which makes you more creative throughout the day. Number 2, set your alarm a few minutes before you actually need to wake up. If you find that you're always struggling to get things done in the morning, or you're always working really fast in the morning because you have no time, and you're always like on your feet in the morning because you have such little time to get ready, then this tip is for you. I recommend setting your alarm a few minutes earlier than you actually need to wake up, so that way you can actually take your time in the morning to drink your coffee, to brush your teeth, to exercise if you do in the morning. And it just allows you to, it takes away that pressure of oh, I'm gonna be late for whatever I'm going to, because you have those extra minutes to actually do the stuff you want to do. It also helps clear your mind because usually in the morning we are exhausted, or we are just trying to get through the morning because we have to go to school or we have to go to work. So setting an alarm a few minutes before you actually have to wake up just allows you to feel a lot more calmer, because you're like, oh yeah, I have 20 minutes to actually rest and take my time in the morning. I find that whenever I set my alarms 10 to 15 minutes before I actually have to wake up, I feel more in control in a way. I'm not rushing, I'm more calmer in the morning. Number 3, say no when you mean no. I was so scared to say no for some reason. Whenever someone asked me for something, deep down in me I wanted to say no, but I just couldn't say no to them. And that also comes from being a people pleaser. But it is important to put yourself first, okay? If you want to say no to something, you need to be able to stand firm and say no. Number 4, incorporate reading into your daily to-do list. I am the queen of excuses when it comes to the reasons why I shouldn't read, or the reasons why I don't have time to read. I'm oh, I'm tired, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. But just find time in your daily routine where you can actually take time to read. This can be in the morning when you wake up, this can be at night before you go to bed. But I recommend reading for at least 30 minutes per day. I know, but you don't have to start with 30 minutes. You can start with 10 minutes. Start reading for 10 minutes a day for 30 days, and this will truly change your life. Reading has thousands, millions of benefits out there that I cannot mention in one video, but it just opens your mind, and your mind just becomes a lot more intellectual, and it actually allows you to think better, and you just become a lot more smarter when you read by yourself. This can be romance novels, it can be fiction, non-fiction, whatever you want, but just engage your brain, somehow by reading daily. Number 5, take more pictures. Now, this sounds pretty odd to be a daily habit, but I'm so grateful that I actually took pictures. Take more pictures. This allows you to really savor the moment. Like, I get so nostalgic whenever I look at old photos of myself. Sometimes I'm bored and I go through my camera roll and I'm looking at like past pictures of myself and I just feel happy. Aim to take at least one photo a day, okay? One photo a day. That will be 365 photos a year. My next tip on how you can become that girl in 2022 is by starting a gratitude journal. A lot of the time we are so caught up in our own minds and we're so caught up in our space that we forget to be grateful. Like, I find myself just being super needy and I'm just like asking for so much, but then I'm not being grateful for the stuff that I already have. Starting a gratitude journal can literally change your life for the better. Every single day, write one thing that you are grateful for. This will really help you set the tone and allow you to take advantage of every aspect of your day. The next habit that will help you become that girl is by prioritizing me time, self-care. Self-care is one of the most overlooked aspects of our lives. Most times we are so caught up in our own world, we're so caught up in what's going on in the world that we forget to take care of ourselves. We forget to prioritize me time. Having a self-care Sunday is just as important as going to work every single day, because you need those times where you can just be with yourself and do the things that you love, the things that make you you. So like once a week, have a self-care day, have a me day where you do things that you want. You watch a movie on Netflix, you go on TikTok, if that makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy and whatever makes you feel calm and clean, then do it, okay? Do it. Self-care should be a priority in your life. That girl prioritizes self-care. The next tip to becoming that girl is drinking more water. This is basically self-explanatory. Drinking water has thousands of benefits to it, and it helps a lot with allowing your skin to appear brighter and more glowy. It helps with your maintaining good weight or losing weight or gaining weight, whatever you want. It helps boost your metabolism. It helps you feel stronger throughout the day, and it's just really good for you. So drink more water. The next tip to becoming that girl is to exercise for at least 20 minutes per day. Taking good care of your body is very important, especially if you want to become that girl this year. It's important that you prioritize taking care of yourself. You prioritize working out. Working out can be literally anything. It can be yoga. It can be a cardio exercise. It can be you on a treadmill for 20 minutes. It can be whatever. But just having some way that you are moving your body helps a lot with literally everything. The next tip to becoming that girl is to set a step count goal. Walking is one of the most important and surprisingly overlooked aspect of physical activity. Most times we don't walk at all, especially if you are a student and you spend a lot of your time sitting in front of a desk, or you work and you spend your time just sitting for so long and you forget to stand up and take a walk. I recommend setting a goal for at least 10,000 steps. If that is too much for you, then start with 5,000 and go up from there to 8,000 and then 10,000. Next up, we have stretching. Stretching every single day is very important, just as important as working out, because you want to make sure that you are stretching out your bones in your body before you start a workout or after you've done a workout. Stretching helps with a lot, like prepping your bones and your body for a workout. It helps with cooling down your bones and your body after a workout. It also helps with flexibility. If that's a goal of yours, start stretching. The next tip is to create a morning routine and stick to it. Having a set morning routine is very important with becoming intentional with your mornings. It can be as little as 2 or 3 things that you do in the morning. It can be as much as 5 to 10 things that you do in the morning. Stuff that you can include in your morning routine is like waking up, brushing your teeth, working out if you work out, reading your Bible if you want, going for a walk, doing your skincare routine. Just having a set things that you do in the morning really helps a lot with being intentional with your mornings. Next up, we have having a balanced lifestyle. A lot of the time we have a lot going on with school and work and a social life, and we end up not prioritizing stuff that needs to be prioritized. So it's important that you set time to do everything that you love, but also things that you need to do. You may not love school, but you need to do school. So it's important that you find that balance between school and a social life, and that you're not doing more in one aspect than you should be doing. They should all be equal in your life. Next up, we have having at least 7 hours of sleep every single night. I have no idea why or how it became a trend to not have enough sleep at night, but you need to prioritize getting enough sleep because your body needs time to regenerate itself, and when you sleep is when your body gets to do this. So it's important that you give yourself at least 7 hours to sleep every single night. Next up, we have listening to podcasts. I mentioned this in one of my past videos, but listening to podcasts is so beneficial, and I found that my life has truly changed. Whenever I started listening to podcasts, I found that I'm more productive, and you can listen to podcasts literally anywhere at any time. Just put on your headphones and listen to them while you're working, while you're doing homework, while you're clearing laundry, while you're walking down the road, whatever it is, and it allows you to really absorb information without even realizing it. The next habit that can help you become that girl is setting goals. So setting goals is really, really important, and I actually have a whole video on my channel about setting goals. I'm going to link it up above, but setting goals helps a lot with being intentional with your days, and it allows you to have something to look forward to throughout the day. The next tip that I have for you guys to become that girl is to have a clean environment. Most times we neglect our rooms, or neglect having a clean room, but having a clean environment, having a clean room, having a clean space is just as equivalent to having a clean mind. Because if your room is cluttered, then your mind is cluttered. So it's important that your room is clean and tidy at all times. The next tip that I have for you guys to become that girl is setting deadlines for yourself. Most times we give ourselves tasks and we give ourselves things to do, but there are no deadlines associated with that thing. So giving yourself a deadline allows you to actually work towards accomplishing that goal. So if you say, I'm gonna do laundry, give yourself a deadline to do laundry. If you say, I'm going to do my homework, give yourself a deadline to do that homework. It's really important that you set deadlines for yourself to really help you stay on track with everything that you want to do. Next up, let's talk about time management. A big part of becoming that girl is knowing how to manage your time. This also falls into what I mentioned earlier about having balance. I know personally, procrastination is one of the things that hinders me from prioritizing my time properly. My next tip to becoming that girl is by taking time off of social media, or just limiting the time you spend on social media. The iPhone has the feature where you can set time limits for every single app. So the time limit feature on the iPhone is really, really good. I personally have time limits for some social media apps like TikTok and Instagram. It really helps you a lot with being intentional and making sure that you are not spending more time than you need on social media, or just more time that is good for you on social media. The final tip and habit to help you become that girl is to be more intentional with your spending. In this day and age of technology and social media, it's very easy to just like buy into a lot of different things that you probably don't even need, including fashion and technology. It's important that you're not like engaging in micro trends all that much and actually buying pieces that will last a long time and being intentional with like what you spend your money on. Alright, you guys, that is all I have for you guys in this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this. I will see you in the next one. Bye!